YouTube, what is up? Pocket Profit coming back live. What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's almost Christmas time, you guys. It's so close. So it's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's almost Christmas time. But coming live, I'm coming early today. Normally I'm later in the day, but I don't have time later tonight. I have something I'm going to at about 6:30, and it's probably gonna last couple hours, so I'm gonna be gone. So I still wanted to come live to see if anyone could come hang out for a little bit and talk about and discuss some things. And today's topic is going to be how to sell online for beginners, how to get started, where to get started, and what you can do, what's really going to help out, and tips and tricks that I can give you to really just do well. Just do well to start. Let's just see who's all in here. We got John and Pam. What's up? How's it going? I'm going to type to you as well. How's it going? Thank you so much for coming in here. I know it's a little early in the day. Normally we're later at night, but I'm curious to know if that works good for you guys, John and Pam. You know, if I can try to do a couple shows during the day more than at night, I would be curious to know if that's something you guys would like. But a lot of people work normal 9 to 5 still, and like the shows to be a little later when they're doing some other stuff. So curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on times for like live shows, because if it works out for some of you guys to have an earlier one once in a while, I'll definitely look into doing that as well. So kind of let me know in the comments, and so I can try my best to help you guys out with that. But a majority of you guys seem to like the show at like 7-ish, but I don't have the time tonight, so that's why I'm coming early. I still wanted to hang out with you guys, bring some content, and that's pretty much what we're doing. So looks like we've got John and Pam in here. We got Christian. What's up, Christian? We got PJ Miller in the house. Very cool. What's up? What's up? John and Pam says, my schedule is all over the place. Yeah, that happens. It definitely happens. Mine's, sorry guys, a little bit more structured. Not like structured, but I have a lot more flexibility in some ways. So sometimes I can come early. Sometimes I can do late. You know, just whatever you guys are best available for is what I try to do. And it seems like later in the daytime. So Christian says, daytime for live show sucks for me because of my 9 to 5 school teacher. I'm only here because school is out for the winter at recess. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I totally understand that, Christian. That's why I normally do later shows. But today, since I'm going to be gone tonight, I have a Christmassy thing I'm going to at 6:30, and I'm probably going to be there till 8, 9, somewhere around there. And I didn't want to have to try to rush home and make you guys have a show that late and everything. So I'm coming early. It's early. I know it is, but we're going to have some fun anyway. What's up, Jennifer? Jennifer. Thank you for hanging out. But, all right, let's get into this video a little bit. I want to help beginners, and these are good tips for anybody when they're selling online. So we're going to go ahead and get number 1 out of the way. We're going to say, what's a good tip for a beginner, guys? You guys put some in the comments as well, but let's go ahead and just state the obvious, okay? Get started. All right. A lot of times people watch my videos or other people's videos and they want to start reselling. And then they don't do anything. They take no action. They're so scared they're going to make a mistake or do something wrong, they never even start. Okay. And this can carry across a lot of different things. Now, what I mean is, I'm talking, let's say, beginner, never sold anything on any platform, right? And they're just too scared to start, too scared to mess up, so they don't start at all. So a tip would be, just start. You're going to make some mistakes no matter what. It's a learning process. Try to learn and research as much as you can, but just get started. If you don't get started, you can't learn from it, and you can't move on. So tip number 1 would be just get started, all right? Super, super important just to get started. And secondly, what I wanted to touch on this part is too many resellers, I mean, I'm guilty of this as well, and other people are sitting there going, I sell on eBay, I sell on eBay, right? But I really want to start selling on Amazon. And it's the same principle, you guys. I want to sell on Amazon. but you're too scared to learn the process. You're too scared to make a mistake, or you're not willing to do enough research to learn the process. Okay, so huge tip, you guys. Don't be afraid. You're going to make some mistakes. It's going to happen, but you have to get started or you're not going to go anywhere. So important that you guys, even if you got to fumble your way through it, fall down, figure it out, learn some stuff on the way, and get started. You just got to start somewhere. And I think that goes across with everything. And I do the same thing where I'm like, I'll learn it later. And then I never do. And then whatever. But we all have to get better at it and be self-accountable for it. So let me get in the comments here. Let me know what you guys think about that tip. I think it's a good one. It's a really important one, I think. Christian, do what's better for me. Yeah, hey, I'll do what I can. If I can, help you guys out as much as I can too. I try to do that. You guys are awesome. I love you guys being in here. So as much as I can help with schedule with you guys, that's what I want to do as well. Elizabeth, what is up? Hey, what's up, Elizabeth? Thank you so much for jumping in. World, what's up? She's or he or she, I'm not sure, says, hello, I got my first sale. Super happy. Way to go, World. Yeah, it's always really nice getting that first sale. Just ching, or if it's on Amazon or whatever, amazing. It's so much fun. I love that noise, that sale. It's amazing. John and Pam says, sold the video game I mentioned last week. Way to go, John and Pam. That's how you do it. It's a really expensive video game they found and sold it off. So awesome. Very, very cool. Now all you got to do is send me this game so I can at least play it first. I want to try some of these really expensive games. Do you guys ever get that where you find something really expensive or like a game that's really expensive and you're just like, ooh, I want to try it, but I probably shouldn't just in case? You know what I mean? Sometimes I get that way. Well, I'll find like, I don't know, an expensive, like I found Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo and I was like, ooh, should I try it and like play it for a while and then sell it? Or should I just test it, then sell it? You know what I mean? It's like, you just don't want anything to go wrong. So you normally put it in, test it a little bit, and then you're like, okay, that's it. And then you sell it off because you don't want anything that could go wrong. So yes, I go through that sometimes. I don't know if you guys do at all either. But everyone's saying congratulations to you guys, John and Pam. So good work. Keep it up. All right. So tip kind of number 2. So if we got the first one out of the way, we got getting started, okay? Getting motivated, getting started. And the second part to the first one is research, okay? Super huge, important thing for anyone that wants to start selling online. To minimize your mistakes is do the research, guys. Watch YouTube videos like this one, right? Watch other people and how they do their processes. Learn from other people's mistakes. If I make a mistake, guys, I try to tell you. I really try to tell you what I did wrong, or whatever, so you guys can not, learn from it and not make the same mistakes like I had done. So I'm really hopeful you guys listen to those and understand that I'm just telling you so you can avoid it. And I hope you guys do. I know when I first started learning reselling, I watched videos, YouTube channels, blogs, all that kind of stuff. And I learned a lot, and I learned a lot of things not to do, especially when I first started. So make sure you're really consuming that research. You're taking action, but you're also consuming research and videos and things to learn the best way to do something or the worst ways to do something so you don't do those ways as well. So that's huge for number 2. Elizabeth says, video games go well, sold every game I've listed. Yeah, video games are amazing. I love video games. They just sell so good. There's a huge following. There's collectors. There's people that want to play the game. There's childhood memories with the games. Like, it's crazy. Video games are amazing. It's something that is going to be around forever in some form or fashion. So super, super awesome thing to sell. Let's see. John and Pam says, check current and sold listings also on Amazon and Google. If you can buy it for 10 on Amazon, you can charge 12 on eBay. You may not sell it. Yeah, it just depends. There's like a whole separate thing with that, John and Pam, where like pricing differs some of the time for the fact of what comes with it. So What will happen on eBay is, say you have a video game that's completely sealed, right? Completely sealed, never opened, brand new, right? And on eBay, you can show. Or how about we just say it's used? Okay, it's used, but it has the booklet. The booklet's inside of it. It has the original package it came in. It's whatever title booklet on the outside is still intact. Everything's in good condition. It comes with the inserts, all that stuff, right? You can show that in pictures on eBay way better than you could really on Amazon. You can still on Amazon, but what happens is on eBay, you can articulate that saying complete, has all whatever, take individual pictures of everything, right? And then list it, and a collector will see that. They will see it and understand the pricing difference than someone that just has the disc. Now, what happens on Amazon is it's a generic stock photo of the item, and it just goes by who gets the buy box, right? Description doesn't matter as much to the buyer on Amazon, because if you're at $70 and you have the booklet, the inserts, the pages, everything that comes with it, and you're at 70, but someone that just has the disc or whatever, they're at 50, right? That's a long, big gap that someone's not going to sit there and read every description of every used copy on Amazon looking for the one that's complete. They're going to go on eBay and they can say, you know, video game complete, booklet, whatever, and it's going to pop up yours, and they'll realize the price of yours is correct. Instead of Amazon, they get a stock photo, and even if you took pictures of your item, no one's going 3 pages deep looking at descriptions. You know what I mean? So that's a huge difference between eBay and Amazon. Why I'll sell a lot of video games on Amazon, but if I get like a collector's something and I have like the box and like booklets and all the stuff that came with it, I won't sell that on Amazon, you guys. I'll sell that on eBay, because I can explain the market and the item much better and articulate what it is better, and collectors will search it better, if that makes sense at all. But yeah, so that's a huge distinction that I'm not sure a lot of people realize when they're doing research for video games. They're like, oh, it's 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. Well, it was $30 on eBay because you had the booklet, the box, all that stuff. So make sure you are really looking that up. Elizabeth says, just found 2 Star Wars Wii and Leapfrog. Still wrap. I'm not sure. What do you mean by that? I just found 2 Star Wars Wii and Leapfrog. Video games, or are they the Leapfrog? Are they both Leapfrog? You said Wii, so which Star Wars game is it that's wrapped? Is it Unleashed or whatever? I'm curious to know, because that actually could be worth some money. Video games, right? But you said Leapfrog in there as well. So I'm not sure which one that is. But Star Wars Wii, I would be curious to know the title. Is it the Unleashed one? I know there's the Star Wars Lego Wii games. There's a bunch of different ones. So I'm curious to know what it is. One's Wii, one's on Leapfrog. Gotta find it. BRB. Okay. Let me know which one it is on Wii, because I could tell you what the Amazon price is and go from there. And I can kind of give you an idea what it is and what it's worth on Amazon. And it's a little easier to search on Amazon. But let me know, you guys. Did you understand that point with the eBay and Amazon, where it might be better to sell it on eBay because you can show a better completion and collection and have a different market than you could on Amazon? I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. Do you guys ever think about that when you're selling a video game? Do you make sure you check both platforms, especially if it's a collectible, more of a collectible game? Like I had a Mario Golf or whatever that I tried to sell on Amazon. I was experimenting with box and everything for more money. Didn't sell, couldn't sell. It was in there for a long time. Pulled it off, and then I looked it up on eBay, put it on eBay, sold for more money because it was complete with the box and everything. So make sure you guys are really looking that up. All right, so Elizabeth says, The Force Unleashed. I got my phone here. I'm going to just search it, what it is, brand new on Amazon. Star Wars Force Unleashed. All right, so looks like if it is just a regular Force Unleashed, just a regular old Force Unleashed, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, looks like that. And we can see that. FBA price, fulfillment by Amazon price, they're sitting at $40. Merchant fulfilled are sitting at about 30 if it's brand new sealed. Some of that just has to deal with the fact that the movie came out and everything. I don't know what it would be on eBay. I mean, I could check too if you wanted this for me to check to get an idea. You guys can do these simple checks as well if you want. Just check completed listings. And sorry you guys, I know, but it's a live show and we're having fun and we're trying to figure out the price of this thing. So let me hit that. Condition is new. It looks like, and completed. It looks like if it's new, not very many on there. Some people are selling it like $10 new. Some people are getting more. So I would definitely, that's a good example. Is like I would be selling that on Amazon all day. The newer version is like 20. It looks like they're going for like anywhere from 10 to 20. It's just really a huge up and down swing on the game. But right now, since the movie just came out, they're going kind of crazy over it. So that price will probably go down, Elizabeth. But yeah, I mean, if you can get almost 30 for it on Amazon merchant fulfilled, that's a much better price. And it has a decent rank in video games as well. So people are buying it. Buying it for sure. Thinking of selling on Amazon again, how do you get to the amount you get after sale in the app? So on your phone, okay, if you got the Amazon seller app, just what I do is I just go to settings. This is how I set mine up. It depends on if you're doing merchant fulfilled or you're doing FBA. If you're doing FBA, you can set it up where every time you search an item, it automatically tells you FBA pricing. Or if you want merchant fulfilled, it will also say that as well. So under product search, so you go to settings, product search, and then under conditions, I have where I let it show me pretty much everything besides refurbished. So I have new checked, used checked, collectible checked, and then my default fulfillment channel. This is the important one, John and Pam. Your default fulfillment channel. So that would be what I do is I hit Amazon fulfilled. That's automatically going to calculate the fees and the price that it's at right now for FBA. So make sure you hit that. And then default low price, hit use FBA low price, okay? Because what happens if you don't hit that, you're only the one that's going to be charged is use all offer low price, and that will show you the lowest price with merchants, and you're not competing against merchants. You're only competing against FBA. The only little caveat I would put into that is it will not show you like Amazon, because it goes Amazon, FBA, merchants, right? When you're looking at an item. Now, if you have it set up like me, you got to make sure just to check on this side to make sure Amazon's not there, because it won't show you what Amazon's at. Or it won't show you the fees and the lowest price, which would be Amazon, let's say, in that. I'm probably making this way more confusing than it has to be, but just you'll see what I mean when you set it up. So make sure it's on. For me, I put new, used, collectible. I have all those checked. Default fulfillment channel, Amazon fulfilled, so FBA. Default lowest price, I use FBA price. And then you can put in like a flat rate shipping stuff, but I just don't, because sometimes it'll change. So that you can put in that will automatically calculate how much it's going to cost you to ship from your home or whatever to the warehouse. I just leave it blank because it can change. Mine's average is like 40 cents per item or whatever it is, but I don't do any of that. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I do. And then I also have the FBA eligibility prep alerts, which is super important to have on. So that will like let you know if it's hazmat. It'll let you know if it needs to go in a poly bag. It'll let you know if it needs to be bubble wrapped, whatever. And it'll tell you as you scan the item. So you'll literally scan an item and scan it, and on the screen there'll be like a little square box that like says packaging almost. It looks like a little box, and you click that and it'll say this item will need poly bag and bubble wrap. And then you just know that, okay, that needs poly and bubble wrap, no problem, it's easy. And then whenever I scan an item, it shows me the fees that they're going to take for FBA and whatever the FBA lowest price is at the time. And that's how they figure out the fees and the amount of money you'll get back and everything. So that's how mine's set up. Hopefully I didn't make that more confusing than it already was, and I hope that helps you out. But yeah, that's how mine is set up, just because I'm pretty much all FBA. But you can at any time just look at merchant fulfilled. Like you can scan an item or looking at an item, and then you can just swap it back over at the page that you're looking at. So it's really not that hard. It sounds more complex than it is. It's just one of those things that like you just kind of have to put on your phone, put the settings on, and then just kind of like look at it like, oh, that makes sense. It's just kind of hard to articulate exactly how to do it in a way that is super understandable without me actually being able to show you directly. So John and Pam, you should definitely get back into Amazon 100%. Get back into it. Start selling on it. Stop worrying about the fees. Stop worrying about the fear. Stop worrying all about the stuff. Get in there, make some money, and be a happy camper. So very, very cool. So all right, we talked about getting started. That's super important. Stop being afraid of everything. Get started, or you won't go anywhere, right? 2, research, learn, but still take action. We talked about that. So let's talk about one specific. Let's just say eBay. So with eBay, guys, a huge tip, which a lot of you guys should know, is make sure you're taking good pictures on eBay. So important, so important, so important. This is exactly the information they're going to use, that and the description, to purchase your item, okay? To purchase your item. So make sure you have good lighting. You have to invest in a little bit of lighting, or go to the thrift stores or pawn shops or whatever it is, and just find some lighting that will work. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be, like I showed someone before, I don't have it here anymore. I bought this $2 LED like pop-up light that I started with for like $3 at a thrift store, and it changed how good my pictures looked in that one purchase of a $3 light. Okay, it doesn't have to be expensive. Just take a white sheet, okay, a white sheet, hit it on the wall, either tack it or whatever, and then hang it down with a chair underneath it so it drapes on there. Hold up your light, put your item on, take a picture. Very simple to do. So too many people take terrible pictures and they just give me some crap excuse saying, I don't have the money for it. You don't have a white sheet, or you don't have a white pillowcase. You can't get one at a thrift store for $1. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be willing to put like a couple dollars in just to get a better quality picture. I mean, if you have no money, I understand it. But if you have like a couple bucks, you can set up a decent light system, whether it's, like I said, a folding light that's LED or a white sheet. So I don't really want excuses. You're still going to get sales without it, but it's going to look better and it'll sell faster. And it's just much, much better. Anytime you can give that customer confidence of what you're buying or what they're buying is a good item. It's looking clean on a nice clean sheet. It's nice white background. They can read everything on it. They can, it's not blurry. It's not on the carpet where they see a little bit of hair. You know what I mean? Like, just take a little more thought in your pictures. And this one's just really specific to eBay, but anytime that you're representing your product, and that's what it is to the customer, whether it's shoes, a shirt, Legos, anything that you can do to make it just look better, cleaner, safer, simpler to the customer, do it. And that's a huge, huge tip that I think gets a little bit like under the rug. Like, just having good pictures. Like, it doesn't have to be like, you don't need a Canon 70D to take good pictures. You just need a white sheet, a little bit of light, and a camera, a decent camera, and boom, you're done. I just use my phone. I do everything from my phone. You guys know that pretty much. So not hard to do. Make sure you are taking good pictures. Another little tip that you guys can do and use this is depending on the item, you can change your background. So a good example of this is when I sell some boots, or I've sold some boots, some like either hiking boots or working boots or whatever, I'll put them in the environment that they're going to be in a way. And it's very simple. A good example is I bought a pair of steel toe something. I don't remember the name of them. Some steel toe hiking boots or whatever they were at a Salvation Army. And I came outside and I just was, making the listing so I could easily do it when I took pictures. But as soon as I got out, I realized I was parked right next to the curb that had all these like cool looking rocks with some plants, whatever. I'm like, oh, dang, that would look really good. And the sun was going good. So I they were nice and clean, didn't have to clean them or anything. And I put them on the rock with the plants behind it, and it looked like wildernessly and outdoorsy. I'm like, cheat, took a couple pictures on it, sold in like an hour. Okay. Like, I'm not saying you have to have like a specific background, but the white one's really easy to do and it's nice and clean. But if you have like stuff like that, you can play around with it a little bit. Put those boots on some rocks with a nice background. As long as the boots are the focus, it might, I don't know, it might make you stand out over someone else with just a regular white background or a background or whatever, or someone just on the carpet. You know what I mean? So just think of that and maybe experiment with it. And I think it's specific and depends on the item you are selling, though. So like a boots is a good example for that. So let me know if you guys ever done that. Let me know in the comments, you guys. Let me know if you guys ever done that before. Done some different backgrounds, outside backgrounds, on the grass if you're selling soccer shoes or something like that. I would be curious to know. The Earth is round said, I have a question. All right, Earth is round. If you're still here and it's appropriate, go ahead and ask. I'll try to answer it. And yes, the Earth is round, you guys. Come on. It's not flat. Who are you? It's round. Just saying. But if you guys got something, a comment, a question, go ahead and get it in the feed. Euro, what's up? Euro, you're late. What I was just talking about is doing different backgrounds. I'm saying one of my tips was pictures, right? Good pictures. I'll sum it up really quickly so I don't have to go back all the way in it, but making sure you're taking good pictures and no more excuses of I can't afford some lights or a white background. All you need is a sheet, okay? Is a white sheet that you can get at a thrift store for $1 or whatever, and a simple light, like LED light or whatever. I use that thing that folded like this that I got for $3. There are ways to find cheap alternatives that will still make your pictures look good instead of taking them on the carpet next to a bunch of hair that you forgot to vacuum or something like that. But I was also saying is experiment with your item per your background. So example I used was I got some hiking boots that instead of taking a picture of them on a white background sheet light, I took a picture of them on some rocks with some grass behind it and outdoorsy looking, and sold really well. And I think that had a big effect on it. So that's what I'm saying. Let me know, Euro, if you've ever done that where you've changed your backgrounds. You've, per your item, if you had some hiking boots, you did that outdoorsy look. If you had some soccer shoes, you ever put them on the grass and took pictures of them on the grass. Anything like that, I'd be curious to know as well, because I've done it, and it seems to help when you have the time and you have the location for it. So you'll kind of have to just judge that on your own. But if you're running out of the thrift store or Salvation Army and you got some nice boots and you got a nice little scene right there with some rocks and stuff that would look really good, then go ahead. I would try it. Euro says yes, he's done it before for specific items, and that's what I'm saying. Specific items, high return, or look at the opportunity you have. So for me, like I said, my opportunity didn't cost me anything because I was walking back to my car and I'm like, oh, that would look really nice if I put these boots on here. I'm not saying you got to drive 8 miles away or anything, but if you had like 15 boots you're about to list, it might be worth it to just walk outside or put them in the car and go to the park and hang out, relax there for a minute, and then take some cool pictures of them on the rocks and stuff. You know, maybe it'll be worth it to you, especially if they're higher dollar boots. You got 15 boots, you know, for $2 a piece, and they all sell for 60. It might be really worth it, and you can either ask a premium, or it gives it more a realistic feel. You stand out by your competition, and you could potentially make more profit or quicker sales. So that's something that I think could work. I've seen it work for myself, but like I said, also make sure it's time efficient, and you plan ahead a little bit, or the opportunity is right there. I don't think you should waste 3 hours listing these boots if you're not going to make that much, when you could have just listed them doing it the regular way at home and get more done. But if it's cost efficient and better, then I would definitely do that. But yeah, let's see. I took a picture of a CD I bought from a thrift store, then went and did laundry photos, took on folding table, sold it before I got home. Yeah, anything you can do at that moment. Like, there are times where I literally buy an item at the thrift store, and I'm pretty much have it listed before I leave. Like, I'll literally have it ready to go, and then when I pay for it and get out of the thrift store, I'll take a picture of it and sell it before I even get anywhere. Like I said, it's a good example with those boots that happened to me with those boots. Anything you can do outdoors. Another really good example is I've done it with RA items. What I'll do is, if they're hard to find ones and they sell super quick, or I'm not sure about them, I will take the item. And a lot of times you see on eBay and stuff where people put the item on the ground and take a picture, and you can tell they're at the store, right? You can tell the tile ground, the floor, whatever. You can tell it's a Walmart, or it's on the shelf still, right? All you got to do is, and I've done this, is take that item with you, and then go to the shirt section, wherever they have shirts and stuff, and just look for a really big plain white shirt. And I put that thing right on a rack, like right on their thing, just whoop, like this. Had the backdrop. They have really good lighting. Put it right on there. Took a picture. Beautiful. Okay. Sold it before I left the store. So yeah, I mean, anytime you can like save time and do things like that. I know people that go to the weigh-in pays, and they list while they're waiting for new bins. And that's awesome. That's a really good idea if you're doing weigh-in pay, is you go there and either you have a sheet that covers your cart, or you get one while you're there that's nice and white. And then you go to your table or something, and while you're waiting for new bins to come out, the stuff you already found, you have your white sheet on there, snap, snap, list, snap, snap, list. And then, oh, the next bin's coming out. You run over, get new stuff. Okay, snap, snap, list, whatever. It's just time efficient, super, super time efficient, and good to do that for sure. Euro says, I recently sold a $200 pair of English. I'm not even going to attempt to say the last name, Borgs, or, okay, I said I wasn't, and then I sit there and I do it. With London Underground artwork in the background. Yeah, I mean, anything that you can do, like, Euro, that's a good idea. Sorry, guys, I had someone calling me, and I got to tell them I'm on a live show so they don't keep calling me, all right? I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, yeah, anytime you guys can, and it's super good when it's a high dollar value item. And I know Euro knows about this, but if you're selling a $300, $400 item, like anything more inspirational, anything that's just going to appeal more to the customer, like, go ahead and do it. Why do you think people have professional athletes in commercials and stuff, and certain locations and different things? Because it provokes emotion to the customer, or some sort of something to them, and it makes them want to purchase it or do better or whatever, And if you can do that in your pictures, you can ask a premium and you get better turnover rate. So super important to think about that, and really maybe just think about it. Either think about it, give it a shot. Next time you're leaving a Salvation or a Goodwill and it's not winter, which it's winter here, which I could probably still make a nice background with it winter, but and you have some nice boots or something, just think about it. Like, put it on a thing and take some nice pictures and just see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to get home. It's already listed and done. You put them in your spot, and then a few weeks later, it hasn't sold, and you take new pictures. Like, what are you really missing out on? That's just my opinion. So yeah, so definitely think about doing some different backgrounds, but at least have a little bit of a light and a white sheet. That's it. White light or white sheet and whatever. Sheet, light, done. Okay. Makes your pictures stand out better, look better, nicer. Okay. Make sure you're doing them. All right. So another tip. All right. Another tip would be go ahead and get started with stuff that you can't get wrong. Now, I've talked about this before, but I think it's important. Okay. A lot of people, when they want to start reselling as a beginner or they get into eBay and stuff, they just want to do everything, right? They watch this person, they do clothes. They watch another person, they do electronics. They watch another person, they do board games, whatever. My opinion, you guys, is stick with the things at first that you can't get wrong. Now, one way you can do this is sell the stuff you have at home so you're not investing any money. And I guess this is a separate tip, but I just thought about telling you again is instead of investing money at a thrift store or a pawn shop or something, just try to sell some stuff at home first, because if it goes wrong, you're not really out anything. You didn't waste any extra money or whatever. So super important to do that. But what I mean by make sure you're doing stuff you can't get wrong, okay? Or the chances of you doing it wrong is very low. An example is, okay, with a shirt, you can easily tell if you mistaked a stain, you didn't see the stain, you didn't check for buttons, you didn't notice that this version isn't the one that's valuable, it's the one with the red tag instead of the pink tag. This one has the full color logo instead of the multicolor logo that's actually supposed to be bigger, and this is specific like to clothes. Or you're looking at an electronic and you didn't notice the model number was different, whatever, right? Those are something you can get wrong pretty easily, right? It can happen pretty easily. But a brand new sealed board game, it's hard to get that wrong, right? It's new and it's a board game, and you can't really get that wrong, a brand new whatever, something like that. Puzzle, board game, things that are brand new that you can't really get wrong either, you know what I mean? So think about that. I mean, a Starbucks mug, it's not that hard to get. You can't really get it wrong that much because it's specific to Washington, and you know exactly what it looks like compared to the pictures and stuff. So in that way, I would say make sure you're looking at stuff when you're beginning that you can't get wrong to get that process learned correctly. Then go ahead and do whatever you want, learn other areas, other niches and stuff. No problem at all. But I think in the beginning, too many people just rush in and be like, oh, I've heard of Ralph Polos, so they start buying all of them. Oh, I've heard of this router before, and starts buying them. And then they get home and they're doing more research or whatever, and they're like, I'm sorry, guys, research, and they're like, oh, crap, this polo, that's the solid logo, isn't really worth that much, or the small isn't worth anything. It's the extra large that's actually worth something. Stuff like that. Just simple mistakes that you can easily get wrong when you first start. So that's why I suggest just to stick with things in the beginning, okay? In the beginning, that you really can't get wrong. They're new, they're brand new seal, they're a mug that they only made that version one of it, whatever. Obviously, you still want to learn and research other stuff. So if they come up, you can get them. But I think that's just huge when you're beginning, because I did that. I just started buying anything and everything, and then I was like, crap, I have a bunch of crap, or I'm losing some money on this. So I think that's important to really research, but also just stick with the stuff that you can't really get wrong right away. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? What are you guys thinking about that? Is that good advice? Do you wish when you first started you would have stuck with, something a little bit simpler at first, whether it's brand new sealed stuff or whatever, or let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to know what you guys have done, how you started, as in, did you just buy everything? Did you try to learn clothing only first? Did you try to get board games? Did you try to learn electronics? I'm curious. John and Pam says, I bought a router from a garage sale for $1. I looked it up later, was worthless. Listed it anyway, got 40. Not bad, not bad. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it does happen. And depending on if there was a lot of them already posted, not a lot posted, you were the only one. You know, there's a lot of factors in that. But that's always nice when that happens. When you just kind of list something and you're like, hope it goes well, and then it ends up selling, and you're like, nice. You know, yeah, I like that as well. So, yes, John and Pam, that's very cool. Very, very cool. What else we got? Anybody else got some stuff you guys want to bring up, talk about, figure out, get through, figure, you know, whatever. Unless you guys want another tip or trick, I can get one of those started. But I want you guys to have a moment here to get some stuff in the feed, some stuff that you guys want to talk about, touch on, something maybe you sold today, something you bought today, a customer you had to deal with today, anything at all. Or maybe a tip or trick of your own that you got that could really help somebody out as well. Euro says, I researched how to do all things for over 2 months before I even bought my first item. Yeah, Euro, I mean, my only thing was that is totally believe you should do, I'm a little out of focus. There you go. Do the research. Make sure you're doing that research, guys, and then get started. I mean, the first step should be learning about it. What is reselling? Where can I resell? Right? The simple questions. And then it's doing a little research and then getting started. Okay, there's kind of two different types of people, I think, when it comes to beginner resellers. There's the person that learns about reselling. Oh, I can sell on eBay. There's platforms. Okay, and they just go instantly to the thrift stores, watch one video and start buying and trying to figure it out. There's those types of people. And then the second types of people, which is kind of like Euro, where he learned about reselling. Okay, I can sell on eBay, places like that. But let me learn some more first. Some research, what clothing, what things to buy, blah, 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 blah. More specific, not just one video, then go. And then went and started that way. So I'm not going to say any way is wrong, because I think getting started is the most important. But I think research is also really important. So, and everyone's at different levels. Some people are willing to be okay just right off the get-go throwing 10, 20 bucks in. Who cares if I make any money or not? I just want to get started and try. And then there's other people where it's like, I only got this 10, 20 bucks. I really got to make sure I do it correctly and then go from there. So it just kind of depends on what kind of person you are, what situation you are, and whatever. But I think the most important is just getting started, but also doing as much research as you can. So it's this weird line that you gotta have to walk depending on what kind of person you are or what kind of finances you have. John and Pam says, we started when we both lost our jobs, sold video games and movies. I was collecting, I'm guessing, then sold some t-shirts. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, for me, I sold children's card games. I sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's how I got started in the selling. And then it just kind of exploded from there. I've always been a treasure hunter. Like I said before, like still to this day, if I see scratch-offs floating in the wind, I'll catch them just to see if they won. You know what I mean? Just stupid things like that. There's a quarter, dime, nickel on the ground. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. I'll go right in my piggy bank. It adds up, you guys. It adds up over time, all right? That's just kind of how I am. So, yeah, for me, it was like this transition. I was like, okay, I can buy these and sell these online. Okay. What else can I buy and sell online? Oh, and then this big snowball happened, and that's where I am now. Oh, Elizabeth, don't you make fun of me. I picked up, what was it, a penny, a dime, and I think it was a quarter in the last day, okay? In the last day, you kidding me? If I could do that every day, whew, I'd be a millionaire. Well, I don't know if I'd be a millionaire. I'd have $1,000 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But it really does add up, and that's just the type of person I am. I like to find things. I like to be a treasure hunter and go after things. You know, that's just how I am. That's why I like garage selling so much. It's never gonna go away. I'm gonna garage sale till I'm 100 with a variety cart probably, just because they're so much fun. I can't help it. They're just too much fun finding those treasures and knowing about things that other people might not. So that's what I like to do. But anyway. John Pam says in the 90s or 80s and 90s, I was a record cassette CD trader. Very cool. You know, that's got to be awesome for you guys. Like, I don't know a dang thing really about certain cassettes or records that are worth money. I don't know anything, and it's more probably just lack of interest in them is why I don't take the time to learn them, because they don't interest me. But having that ability like that's a good example, guys. Not everybody knows everything about everybody, right? John and Pam, they probably know a crap ton about records, cassettes, what's worth money, what's not, and I have no idea. Okay, so when we both go into a thrift store, right? Maybe I know more about electronics, so I find some stuff, but I go right past the cassettes and records. But he goes right to the records and cassettes, and he finds 5 items. You know, so it's kind of a crazy thing to think about. Just because there's resellers in that thrift store with you doesn't mean that you guys are anywhere looking for the same thing, or if you know the same thing at all. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Elizabeth says, you make me laugh. I pick up tickets too, and I call it treasure hunting too. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how I am. I darn things. One of them, I've found ones that have had money on them, and I think it's because like I found money floating in the wind. Like I posted it before in the green room, which I'm a part of, whatever. Like I literally was walking out of a Walmart. I was RAing. I didn't find anything. I was walking to my vehicle, and this $20 bill just came floating down the aisle of outside by the cars, and I grabbed it and I picked it up, and I was just looking, you know, because if someone's obviously sees theirs, I'm going to give it to them, but there wasn't a single person in the parking lot. Not a single person in the parking lot. So I was kind of doing one of these for like a minute or two, and no one showed up. No one was running after money. And I was like, well, at that moment, it becomes mine now and whatever. So yes, it happens, and I'm always looking. And that is not the first time that's happened, you guys, to me, okay? Maybe it's just good luck or whatever, but multiple times I found money floating in the wind, all right? So keep a lookout on the wind. You might get rich one of these days from it. Elizabeth says, wow, John and Pam, I have tons of records, cassettes, and 8-tracks. I don't know what to do with. Euro says, I sell all my vinyls. Wait, no, this is how it reads. I steal all my vinyls from my DJ years. So he still has all his vinyls from his DJ years. Wooka, wooka, wooka. Is that how it works? Or you just put them on there and let them play. Elizabeth, I know you can take them to like a store, like they're harder and harder to find now, but like a record store or a consignment store or a cassette store, and they might look through them for you and tell you which ones are valuable and buy them from you. But you have to be careful of that, because they might find a $100 one and tell you it's only worth 50 and only give you 25. So what I would suggest is have them go in there and look at them and just get an idea of which ones they seem interested in, and then do your own research and then go ahead with selling them depending on what they sell. Most times they'll be pretty straightforward. Most times there'll be a good practicing business and tell you actually what they're worth, but what they can offer. So you just got to be careful of that, but a lot of places will still purchase them from you. Elizabeth wants to know where you are from, Euro, so let her know where you are from. He's from Fairyland. He lives under the bridges. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Euro. Anyway, we're getting close here, guys, to that hour mark where we got to get going. I got some things I got to take care of, but a couple more minutes, and then we'll slowly start wrapping this up. But thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. Elizabeth says, Kay, I've tried researching, learning the numbers and true vinyls. Yeah, it's definitely an area you have to learn a lot of stuff and figure out. But once you do, you could make a bunch of money off of it. But it's just something that I'm not super interested in, and I just haven't done enough research. Like I've done simple stuff where I'll just look at it and type it in and see if it pops up. But if it doesn't, then I'm kind of like, well, I have no idea. Okay, I have no idea. So, and that's where people can make money. Like John and Pam, they know stuff about cassettes and records that I have no idea. So John and Pam says, there are websites that you can research. CD and cassettes are slow sellers now. Records need to be in very good mint condition. So it sounds like if the records and stuff aren't even in good condition, it's almost not even worth looking them up most of the time. And CDs and cassettes are slow sellers. Yeah, I could see cassettes for sure becoming slow sellers, but I have sold cassettes before. I've sold like a Goosebumps one for like $100, and some other stuff, and CDs I've still sold before. It's just very selective. It is a little slower. CDs I think are better because people still really use them. Vehicles, cars still have CD players and things like that. So I think the CDs is going to be around for a good long time. Cassettes though, they're getting there. But with that as well, if you can find hard to get ones that are only on cassette, they'd never released them anywhere else, then those ones could be valuable. And so think about that as well. Euro says, lived in New York, Colorado, Germany, United Kingdom. Come on, Euro, man. Why do you have to throw... Like, I'm reading through, and I almost went ahead and said it. Come on, Euro. Let's see. I don't think I've ever been to New York. I've been to Colorado a few times. My grandparents used to live there. Germany, never been to Germany, never been to United Kingdom, and we've all been to that last location that you had stated there. Wow, Euro, LO, I think I recall living in one of those areas as well. Me too. I think everyone did. John and Pam says, depends on how popular and common it is. I sold cassettes. Most people download or use phones. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it's going to be forever now, I think. So, I mean, it is what it is. What do you do about it? But, I mean, I have a friend that I graduated with that, like, he collects CDs. He's probably got, like, 30, like, big binders just full of CDs. Like, when he gets paid, he goes and buys, like, 6, 7 CDs every paycheck. That's his thing. He does whatever he wants to do with that. But, I mean, I guess it's like getting an actual physical item too. So, like, I understand that. Like, people will download a game like off Xbox. They'll pay like the same amount. They'll pay like $60 for the download on their console, right? Or they could go to Walmart, Target, online and order a physical copy and get it for $60, and then they physically get something. So, like, they can actually resell it later. You can't really resell that digital copy. So it just bewilders me when people buy a downloaded copy. Like, I understand it's quicker. You don't have to go anywhere. But then, like, you don't really get anything either. So I don't know if that makes sense to anyone at all. But that is just my opinion. But anyway, but you guys rock, man. You guys are awesome. I was kind of worried that you guys would be busy and not be able to show up and not hang out in the live show because it's earlier in the day. But I'm glad to see that you guys are. And, you know, here and there we might be doing them earlier in the day just for the fact that, you know, I have something going on or I need to do some things or whatever. So John and Pam says, I know people that buy movies on DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS and watch it on Netflix. What? That's weird. I hope you tell them they're weird for that. Like, I mean, I understand it's easier, but it's like, why'd you even buy them? You know, what do you even buy it for? Yes, I think that is weird as well. But people still buy VHS. Like I've told you guys, I sell VHSs all the time. Like, especially the Disney ones or hard to find ones. Like I found like this. It's called like Little Witches Halloween or something like that. And I saw it for like $21. I've never even heard of it in my life before. I paid like 10 cents or $1 or whatever it was for, and I sold it for like 21. So make sure you're looking at the brand new sealed VHSs for sure. People don't want to evolve either, guys. People don't want to go to Blu-ray. People don't want to go to this, you know, or like certain Disney movies on Blu-ray are like $20 when these people still have a VHS and they can just, you know, use their VHS player, you know. So think of it that way as well. But you guys, make sure you hit that like button. It looks like you guys really smashed that like button today. Thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate it. It seriously does help me out. It helps me search and rank so people can find this video and hang out with us and become a part of the community. Jennifer says, I'll have to rewatch because everyone here became needy of all of a sudden and mishap. That is all right, Jennifer. I appreciate you still being here and throwing those messages in there and putting things on Facebook for me when I ask, because I'm still in Facebook jail, which really sucks. Dang, Facebook jail. Release me, Facebook. Release me. But anyway. All right. So something we got to touch on before I get out of here. And you guys know it is already coming along here. But you guys, I'm telling you, not enough of you guys are hanging out in Patreon. Okay? Right there. I'm throwing it in the live chat. You guys got to get into Patreon. I'm telling you. Basically, if you don't know what Patreon is, it lets you support me and the channel by donating $1 per month or whatever. You can choose whatever you want, $1, $100, whatever. But the lowest thing you can do is $1 on there. And what you guys need to realize is, like, Patreon will let me give you guys something back. So basically how it works is you become a patron. You say, I want to support the Pocket Profit channel by giving the Pocket Profit channel $1 per month. And then you guys get like early access into videos that aren't on YouTube yet. You get behind the scene pictures of me doing stupid stuff throughout my day. You guys get some tips, some tricks, some things, and some different cool things as well. So make sure you guys get in there, because it really, really, really helps me out. Because YouTube's doing their demonetization. They're not letting me make any money. Like my 10 cents for my video, they won't even let me get because of their stupid AI system and whatever. So honestly, get into Patreon. It is so amazing. It really helps me out. And you guys, it's only going to get better from here. You're going to get more exclusive videos. You're going to get more early access. You're going to get more pictures. You're going to get a lot more. And it's like $1. You just put in $1. $1 a month. Easy peasy, super easy. And it seriously helps me out a ton. Jennifer's in there. Mark's in there. James is in there. Jennifer, if you are gone or not, just let them know if you're still here. Tell them to get in there. Jennifer, let them know to get in there if you're still here, because it's a really fun time, and I can interact with you guys in a different way. And we're going to be doing some live shows in there as well. That's only going to be for patrons. So you guys want to get in there now before anything else changes or whatever, or that small limit goes up depending on with Patreon or whatever. But they say right now the lowest thing they can do is $1, but that might change. So as soon as you guys can get there, get in there right away. But that's all I'm going to say about that. But I just want you guys to know that's an option, and it's seriously 100%ly amazing thing that you guys could do to help this channel out. If you have any value towards the channel or anything, make sure to check that out. I really do appreciate it. But see, Jennifer's letting you know you should join. She said it's fun and it's more personable. Yes, it is. It's a little bit different. We interact in a different way, and getting those exclusives and those early accesses are way, way good for you guys. Right now, there's been 2. There's one on there now that's that I did make live on YouTube. That was like way after the fact. And there's another video on there right now that you can only see if you're a patron. You're the only ones that can see it. And that one won't go onto YouTube for probably another day or a couple days. So, or who knows how long. We'll see how long I decide to not put that on YouTube yet. So make sure you guys get in there. It's literally just copy and paste this link, or just search patreon.com/pocketprofit and it should show up. So super, super important you guys do that. It really helps me and lets me just do better. Lets me do better and have freedom away from Google AdSense, which is a terrible system. Just saying. So if you guys really want to support me and the channel, do that. And it lets me give something back instead of just a regular donation. So make sure you guys check that out. But all right, I'm done. But yes, also Facebook group is in the description down below. Make sure you click the Facebook group as well. Get into that so you guys can hang out with us. Share your finds, share what you sold, all that stuff. I want to see it. I want to know. Right now I'm in Facebook jail, but I'll be back on the 26th so I can comment and respond to you guys as well. Or if you have questions or you need help right away, get into that, and we will help you the best we can. And I think that's it. Twitter's in there. P.O. Box is in there. I think that's about it. But if you guys had a good time and you're new, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you comment on this video after the fact. Just tell me what you thought, if you had a good time, whatever. But that is all I got for you guys today. Probably won't be going live at all tonight anymore. We'll see, depending. Probably not. And then tomorrow I'll be in the city, so we'll see. We'll kind of have to play it by ear, guys, but I should be able to get some sort of content to you tomorrow as well. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to get out of here. I got things to do, and you guys are amazing. So I'll see you later. Pocket Profit out.